Hi there, Adrian Player here, mortgage broker. We focus on the investment property space, and in this video we're going to be talking about the Cairns cyclone that has just gone through. It hit also Port Douglas and a little bit more north. Its impact on our clients, what we saw in the last kind of week and a half, and what we did to find a solution for these clients. Okay, so let's talk about it. So we have probably 5 clients that are settling in that corridor. So as low as Bundaberg, as high as Cairns. And right now we had a settlement that was going through on formal finance clause as of this last week while this particular cyclone was going through. And this is what we saw. We got an insurance broker that we regularly use to run quotes with all of the majors on the insurance side, and we try and focus on the ones that give very good landlord protection but are also good with claims, because a lot of these providers shop really cheap initial offers, but then as soon as you go into claim they cause issues. All right, so what happened? We had a 350k or less house, 700 square meter lot. It was a 3-bed, 1 bath, 1 car. Replacement value was just over 400,000 on it. We always put 20 or 30k worth of home contents on there for fixtures and fittings that are not your standard furniture in the house. We make sure that there is the flood and the cyclone insurance, and we're making sure that the client's doing that selection on everything, so we're comparing apples with apples. Okay, some of the quotes were as high as 6.5 and 7 grand for the year. If we increase the excess from 1,000 to 5,000, we managed to get that down by about 30-35% with the providers, and it was still, very much too high. So even the 6 grand quote, we could get down to the high 4k range. Now, when we're looking at this, obviously I focus on the mortgage broking and the finance side, but we also have a buyer's agency we're in strategic partnership with. They have certain limits that they're not willing to go over, and if the insurance quotes are too high, it either means that the flooding is too much of a risk, or there is pooling on the lot, so it's too close to a river, or it's on the same street as the same street that got hit, in the last 10 or 15 years with the major floods. Okay, so what else did we do from there? We went to 2 other providers and we managed to get the quote down to, on that quote we had a 4 grand one and a 2.5 grand one. So obviously we took the 2.5 grand and we went from there. All right, but what essentially happened in the last week and a half, you see this a lot with insurance providers. It's almost like they've got a BOM person in there, a meteorologist in their data division, and as soon as they think something's coming close in kind of the week to a week and a half in those areas, everyone, once they see it, they try and rush for insurance. So you saw all the quotes go through the roof, and that's what we saw. So you want 1 or 2 good providers that you can pivot between, because you do get, the insurance going up, 20, 30, 40%. We're noticing premium increases after the honeymoon first year. So that's something that we need to manage. But also on these lots, we're over a 1, 2, 3 or 4 year period, we are putting granny flats on the back of everything and coming out with, 9, 10, 11, 12% gross yields on debt. So, even if we do have an insurance spike from, say, 2,000, 2,500 up to a 4,000 amount, it's still very manageable once we put the granny flats in and we do our value uplift strategy. All right, so this is a real life example of what's happened, how it's impacted a client, how we pivoted, and how we made the choice prior to proceeding, because you can't really make a choice based on a cyclone that's coming in right now when that area that we were buying in, which we won't be too specific, there's no cyclone or anything or big insurance spikes in probably the last 12 or 18 months since the last time they had heavy rains. So You got to roll with the punches on this, make sure that the client's aware of how it's impacting them, and then move on from that. So this is just a very good example of what we're doing for our clients, managing expectations, and really, if you're going into the investment property space and you think everything's in a straight line, we don't lie to our clients. It's not. You have to roll with the punches. It doesn't go in a straight line. Things always come up that you have to manage if you're going to buy a big portfolio. So if you need help in the finance space, you need help in the buyer's agency space to find really good investment properties, we can help you. And also we're doing a lot in the accountant and the trust space with clients that want to buy a lot more residential property, and they're recycling their borrowing power and buying a lot more property than clients that are buying in their personal name. So we do a whole lot of that at the moment, and that's really where we're specializing compared to a lot of other brokers that just dabble in the space and don't do a whole lot of it. So if you've got any questions or you have any needs, we can help. We're sourcing a lot in these areas. We know what's good value. We're doing bedroom conversions. We're doing 5 and 10 grand spruce ups for value uplifts. And we're going to RP data to re-rate the property and get the equity increased. We're also doing some interesting things with different titling of blocks that not many people are doing in the space as well. So if you have any questions, please leave me a comment. Use the link below, add me, send me a message. You can actively speak with me there, or you can book directly into my calendar. But just be aware that that over the Christmas period, I'm trying to manage people that are booking in. So probably best to come through the LinkedIn link. Send me a connection request, and then we can go from there. Our goal is really 80% of our clients are going for income replacement, and then they can do whatever they want in their lives. That's their goal. That's my story. That's what I've done, and that's what a lot of clients want to do after they hear my story. Okay, so hopefully this gives you a lot of value, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a great day. Bye.